No, we just different, you can't make a clone.
You know, I'm a DJ, right? You should know this.
Choose your right. Got a whole lot of rights. Choose your right. Got a whole lot of rights. Choose your right. Got a whole lot of rights. Choose your right. Got a whole lot of rights. Choose your right.
You know the vibes.
Vibe Rise is owned by the company. It's a new ride share company that went through pre-launch back in December, but we officially activated all the apps and turned everything on in Florida and Houston on April 1st. So if you guys, if you're a guest that's watching right now, if you're a business partner that's watching right now, you're probably interested in trying to figure out how you can open up other markets. We did this one specifically for the Atlanta market. But if you are on here and you're in Florida or you're watching in Texas, you can go ahead and get registered and start driving and start making money. If you are in an area where we aren't located yet, once we have 1,000 active and registered drivers in any specific area, we will launch in that area. So what our goal is right now, most of the people you'll notice watching is in Atlanta, but our goal is to open up Atlanta and get 1,000 registered drivers here. My name is Tawana Houston. I've been with this company since the very beginning. I'm very excited about Vibe Rides. This is not like a traditional ride share company. This company offers 3 ways to get paid. And today I'm going to introduce all 3 of those to you guys. So I want you to be very active with me in the comments. We will have a guest speaker that's currently driving in Houston. He's going to come on at the end and share his experience with you guys. All righty. Before we get into Vibe, let's talk a little bit about iBoomerang and how all of this came about. iBoomerang was launched back in September of 2019. We currently have over 45,000 active distributors, travel savings ambassadors. We're in 150 countries right now. We have over 500,000 customers and have paid out over $17 million in commission thus far. Now, with us being a company that leads with travel, our CEO wanted to be able to complete that circle. And what better way to do that in a world that's so focused on gigs? Everyone's trying to figure out another way to bring in additional income without having to actually get a job, where it still feels like they have a business and have that time freedom. So that's how Vibe came around. It's a way for people to generate income, still have that flexibility and not be confined to a job, but also gives you the opportunity to earn residual income. Now, what I love about this also is that rideshare, you guys, is the fastest growing segment of travel. So why not have it as a part of our company? So again, our iBoomerang is the mother of the company, and this is just a segment of our company. Our CEO went out there and purchased our own rideshare, and that's called Vibe. So let's talk a little bit about rideshare. The timing is perfect right now. It's still in its infancy stages. It's over 98 million riders, you guys, and over 5 million drivers, and it's continuously growing. The rideshare industry is about 24 billion. And transportation in itself is $1 trillion. So check this out. You guys are familiar, probably very familiar with 2 of these rideshare companies. It's Uber and Lyft. But there's a new sheriff in the town by the name of Vibe. Now, check this out. In Houston, when we launch, see, our CEO does it big. He's going to make sure that we have a first-class experience. When we launched in Vibe, these are vehicles that he owns, that he personally got wrapped. That one that you see at the top is a Lambo, a Rolls Royce, as well as a Tesla. They had almost a parade going down the street. So many different thousands of people within the company. We had the road blocked off. We also already have our own app, which I talked about a little earlier. We have the driver app as well as the rider app. So make sure that you guys download those apps, and we're going to talk about exactly how to go through that and the referral process in a moment. Okay, so we are already in 8 markets. Back in December, we launched in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, and Orlando. And in Texas, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, and Austin. So we are already operating in these 2 states and in those 4 major cities in each one of them. Again, if we are having this presentation today because we are looking for more interested drivers in Atlanta so we can launch here. But of course, we have people on the line that are all over the place. Maybe you're trying to grow a market somewhere else, or maybe you're interested in driving in Florida or Houston. Now, this is one of the things I love about Vibe. It's the rider customization. So your riders are able to choose their vibe. And here are 3 examples of the choices that they'll have in the app. They'll be able to choose their own music. Now, you know the music that you guys heard earlier? That's our own playlist. They'll have that option, and there will be other songs in there as well. But they can choose their own type of music. They can choose their temperature in the vehicle. So let's say you're somebody that likes it a little chill. So you can let them know in the app the temperature that you like, and it'll be that temperature when you get in the car. You can also choose your conversation. Let's say you had a hard day at work and you just don't feel like talking. You can choose in the app. You can let the driver know that you do not want to talk. Or you may be a social butterfly and you want to have some nice conversation, or maybe you want some recommendations on places in the city. So you do have the option to choose your vibe. Another feature, now we have several safety features that are the norm that you'll see across the board in a rideshare, but this one in particular has people so excited, especially our ladies. This one is called Girl Power. Now this is how this works. This benefits the rider as well as the driver. Now let's say you're a lady and you're interested in driving, but a lot of ladies don't drive at night because they're worried about who may get in their vehicle. So as a driver, you have the option of clicking on Girl Power. And then when you click on Girl Power, guess what? Only female riders will be able to request a ride from you. So that is amazing. Now, if you are a female, it could be the same way, you're a rider, and you would like to call a Vibe ride, you would like to order one, then a female driver will only come pick you up. So I love that because I have a 20-year-old daughter. So I feel comfortable knowing that if she needs to call a Vibe ride, she can click on Girl Power and she'll be able to, I'll feel a lot more comfortable with her getting there. You have some people that have college students that don't have vehicles yet, and they need to be able to have transportation back and forth. So this makes them feel so much more comfortable. So this is a feature that I don't know of any other company that has this, but this is what is really attracting people right now. Now let's talk about background checks, and we're going to get into the income side of this. Now, with our company, the background check is at the driver's expense. You also have to get a vehicle inspection. It has to be done by a licensed mechanic. Just to let you guys know, in the Atlanta market, what I'm working on right now is a mobile licensed mechanic, a couple of them. And we plan on planning a big event. And as long as your vehicle is there, you can get your inspections done on the spot. So stay tuned for that. Now, let's talk about how you get paid with Vibe. Now, see, Vibe is totally different. Vibe is the next generation of rideshare. Now, why am I so excited about this? For years, I dreamed about Uber one day saying that I didn't have to drive and I could just build a fleet of drivers. But that's something that they never did. Now, I'm not comfortable with driving. I've never wanted to really drive as a female, but I always wanted to be able to have a team of drivers and earn. So you'll have that option with Vibe Rides. So you have 3 ways to get paid. You can earn when you drive. You can solely focus on just driving. You can also earn when others drive, and that's if you choose to build a fleet of drivers. And you can earn when your customers ride. I want to share a story with you guys really quick as I go over this slide here. My father has been in the rideshare industry since the very beginning. He was one of Uber's first drivers. Now, to this day, my father has done over 8,000 trips. That's combined with Uber and Lyft. Now, the person that referred my father to rideshare, he got a one-time upfront bonus. That's it. I can't recall how much it was, but it was just one time. They didn't pay him 1 red cent on all those 8,000 plus rides that my father did. Now, had they been under this umbrella, then that person that referred my father would have earned 3% of every last one of those 8,000 plus rides that my father done. Now, what I'm going to do here is give you an example on a low end, but as you grow a team of drivers, the difference it can make in your income. Now, I do have to state that no income, this is not an income claim. We cannot guarantee your income. That driver that you may recruit to be on your team, he may not do anything, or she may not do anything, or they may. So we cannot guarantee income because we don't know what drivers are going to do. But I'm going to give you an example on a low end. So let's just say you had a team of 10 drivers, and the average ride is about $15. If that person only did 5 rides a day, if all 10 of them only did 5 rides a day, and I need y'all to follow me down, we're going from the 10 and we're working our way on down. So on average, it's about 5 rides a day, driving about 5 days a week. You get an override of 3%. You're looking at a weekly income of $112.50, a monthly income of $450. I'm not talking about your rides. This is just your drivers. You have 10 drivers and you're looking at an additional $450 a week just based off of them driving 5 days a week, 5 rides per day, on average with a $15 fare. Now, let's say now you have 20 drivers. Same thing, average 5 rides a day, driving 5 days a week. Now you're at $225 weekly and $900 monthly. But watch how it grows. Now you're up to drivers size of 50. Now your weekly income is $562.50 and your monthly income is $22.50. Now you have 100 drivers. You see how this increases? You have $1,125 weekly, $4,500 monthly, and eventually you'll have 500 drivers. See, I know people now that drive for Uber that have referred, they have groups on Facebook where all they do is refer drivers to Uber just for a one-time upfront commission. They have referred drivers for many, many, many years and never earned 1 red cent on the rides that they do on a daily basis. They are flocking over here and trying to figure out how they can open up in their cities simply because of this business model right here. 500 drivers, you guys, weekly income, $5,600, monthly income, over $22,000. So this just helps you give you an idea of what you can do if you choose not to drive, but just build a driver base, or you can do both. Now, Vibe Overdrive program. Now, at 4 o'clock today, I am going to cover an alternate way for you to do this. But if you choose to be an overdrive driver only, that means that you want to build a team of drivers. Now, if you simply want to drive, there's no cost for that. You can just drive for Vibe and go ahead and earn your income outside of your background check and inspection. But if you choose to build a fleet of drivers, this is the cost that you would incur. You would become an overdrive ambassador. You pay a one-time $49.95, which gives you access to your back office and all the tools that you need to grow your business. And then you have your overdrive pack. That includes your background check. It includes your vehicle inspection and everything that you see there. And that's a one-time $200. You also have a monthly of $99.95 if you choose. Again, this is if you choose to build a fleet. Now, you do have another option. As I stated earlier, the mother company is our Boomerang. You have an option to partner directly with the company and get access to everything that the company has to offer and not just ride share. But that's something that I will cover later today at 4 o'clock. Now, what I'm going to do really quick is ask someone to come to the line. Hold on one moment. Hello, Mr. Clark. I'm going to take your camera off. Okay, you guys, I told you that was going to be quick. I just wanted to make sure you guys clearly understand it. But without the slides, I'm going to share what I'm so excited about. You guys, ride share is very lucrative. If you're already a driver, you totally understand. I know a lot of people that are very frustrated with other rideshare companies. We pay up to 75%. We start at 70%. And as long as you complete so many rides, you'll get an additional 5%. So we pay a lot more than other rideshare companies. Plus, you have the opportunity to eventually retire out of that car. So if you're somebody that's tired of driving, building a fleet of drivers makes a lot of sense, right? I've never driven for rideshare, but I absolutely love the industry, and I love the fact that I can build a fleet. So you can do that as well as focus on riders and have customers and earn on them as well. So you'll earn 3% of every ride for life, or you can just simply be a driver. Those of you that have those business hats on, those of you that are really thinking outside of the box, those of you that have been in the rideshare industry for a while, I'm sure you're looking at this and you're like, oh my goodness, I've referred a lot of people to Uber. I've referred a lot of people to Lyft. Trust me, when I shared this with my father, he couldn't believe it. He's referred a lot of drivers. And I remember back in the day, they used to give them 500, it went to 250. I think it went to 75. Now I think it's 25. They just keep on dropping it, as well as the percentage that they pay back to them. But what I'm gonna do really quick is I just want to see if anybody has any questions on here. Jason, are you there? I made you co-host. Jason is a driver. He's out in Houston.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine. How are you, sweetie?
I am good. Well, you guys, I wanted to have someone on the line that actually is with Vibe Rides. He's a driver out there in Houston. And just for him to share his personal experience, what he likes about it, what he thinks is different about it. If I'm not mistaken, you do have experience in rideshare as well, correct?
Yes, I've been doing rideshare for about 10 months.
10 months?
For Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Postmates.
Okay, cool. So tell everybody, what is it what caught your eye with Vibe?
What caught my eye definitely about what I was doing maybe about 4 months ago, I was driving. And, this works well with my degree is in vocal performance and opera. So I perform mostly. So I was doing a corporate job and I was performing. And then I stopped doing a corporate job and performed full time. And what I thought about doing is doing this rideshare since I had a nice vehicle. I have a Lincoln MKZ hybrid. And I started driving, and that way I can get anywhere for auditions, get anywhere to perform here. If I needed to go to California, if I needed to go to Atlanta, if I needed to go to New York, I can make money on the way there, or I can make money on the way back, and while I'm there for an audition or performing. So it's worked very well for the time being. And then I was sitting back and I was like, wow, I wish I could have put money into Lyft and Uber years ago. And then this came up. And I was like, wow, I jumped on it because of the stature of the company and where it came from and the 75% and choose your vibe. I thought it was exceptional, and that it was starting here in Florida and Texas and is going to grow everywhere. So that was just very beneficial. Let's say, for instance, I went to New Orleans and I drove in New Orleans during Mardi Gras. I was cashing in about $900 a day, all luxury rides the whole time that I was there. And I just thought, wow, if Vibe Rides at that point in time, which I'm excited about next year, I'm like, oh yeah, I may not drive all year, but I'm going to go to Louisiana and drive for Vibe Rides, and definitely in Louisiana. Hopefully is there at that point in time. But yeah, the app works exceptional. The payout and the way that you can get paid in different ways. I know it's really kind of slow right now because everything is kind of slow, but every individual ride, every bonus aspect, and getting drivers and also getting riders to get monies from and bonuses from that, it just speaks highly of the company. And it's like you can start off by driving and just look, if you were just driving Uber and Lyft, you're only going to make money when you drive Uber and Lyft at that point in time. But with Vibe Rides, no matter what, it's like an incentive because you are driving, you're getting money there, and you're bringing people on, and you're getting money from them. So you don't have to go out every day after about a couple months. Once you have enough people, and no matter what it costs, rather the $50 to start up, the initial inspection or our background check for $33, I would have paid $500. I would have paid $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
I would have paid 1,000. So definitely, always around. If you want to really secure yourself and sit back and not have to work, I'm 42 years old. I don't want to do everything and sing for everything until I'm 60 and 70. I want to go and like, hey, I'm not doing that. I'm doing Vibe Rides right now. If you want me to come to New York to sing and do this, yeah, I need to triple this price right now. So definitely.
Here you go. You made a good point when you said about the background, the cost of the background, because we hear some people say, okay, why do you guys charge $33 for a background check and the other competitors don't? And my response is always, for starters, they aren't competitors. What we do is totally different. We pay a lot more, and we're looking for serious drivers that's going to take care of our riders, our customers. So to pay $33 for your own background check, to earn up to 75% of the payout, and to be able to build a fleet of drivers, you can't do that anywhere else at all. Like, I'm so excited. Like, everybody, why you keep talking about Vibe? I said, because I asked for this 3 years ago and I didn't know this was going to actually happen. Like 3 years ago, my post was, Uber, please start a network marketing company. Please let me build a fleet of drivers. I was begging for it, and it never happened until our boomerang started Vibe Rides. So this is a game changer, you guys. They're starting, like I said, they opened up in Florida. They're open in Houston. So for those of you that are watching that's in Florida and in Houston, you can go ahead and download the app. Make sure you get the referral code of the person that invited you here, because you're going to need to place that in the app, and go ahead and complete the entire process and help us grow in these two areas. Also, Atlanta. We have not launched in Atlanta yet, but we will. Okay, we will launch here, but we need your help. We need serious, interested drivers. And I see a couple questions here. Do they not see the... I'm not going to repeat that. Okay, let's see. Someone asked, do you get paid on the overdrive? Yes, you do. So that's the purpose of recruiting different drivers. So when you come in at overdrive, that's what allows you to be able to earn on those fleet of drivers. Like, you guys, my father's example should be enough. Like, for those of you that are in Uber or with Uber or Lyft or any rideshare company, how many rides have you already done? Put that in the chat for me. How many rides have you completed already? Because whoever referred you hasn't earned 1 red cent on those rides. So everyone's not going to want to build a fleet of drivers. It's completely optional. You can just sign up as a driver and go ahead and do your thing and drive. But if you have an inch of entrepreneurial spirit in your body, just a little piece of it, then I'm sure you see this and you're like, I can understand how this is really going to grow big. Let's see here. Yes. Jason, did you say 8,000? Jason, you have done 8,000 rides? Oh my.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Woo!
Oh,
now,
yes.
Jason, do you remember who referred you?
Who referred me? Actually, no. I actually didn't have a person refer me. I had traveled to an audition actually in Atlanta, and they said to use an Uber or a Lyft to get to my, and that was the first time that I used it, and it just stayed on my app for a couple years. And then I was like, okay, let me try to do this. And I did the app. Nobody actually referred me, but if they did, they would have had a lot of money.
Wow, yes.
They would have had a lot of money.
Umbrella.
Yeah, under this umbrella, yeah, they would have had a lot of money, but sitting back with their legs crossed at home. Like, yes, Jason, keep going. Go, Jason, go. Go travel. Yes, perform there.
Wow, that is huge. Over 8,000, 3% of over 8,000 rides, you guys. I just want you to make sure you're seeing the bigger picture here. But again, it's not completely about overdrive. I don't want to, drag that in the ground. I'm just so excited about the option to be able to earn on the rides of others. That's just flat out amazing. So someone is asking, so how do you get started? Whoever invited you to this, get with them. They'll give you their referral code so you can go ahead and get started. Now, in 30 minutes at 4 o'clock, and you guys can go ahead and transition over, I am doing a webinar for the mother company. It's only a $50 difference to really have everything if you're thinking about the overdrive side. So if you are thinking about overdrive, I want to give you the opportunity to also see the entire project, and that will be in about 30 minutes. I'll be covering that so that no matter what vertical they add to the company, you'll be able to participate, because we do have a major travel side of the business as well. So I highly recommend taking a look. But if not, just go ahead. You can sign up for Overdrive through Vibe, and you'll just be solely on the Vibe side of the company. Someone said 10,000. Wow. So how do we pronounce it? I know your name, sweetie. You're on my team. Is it Twaka? I'm sorry for saying your name wrong, but she did over 10,000 rides with Uber and Lyft combined. So just imagine whoever referred her would have got 3% of every trip. Take the whole pot, stay on if you want to build legacy. That's right. So I'm going to put okay, someone just asked a great question. She's actually in the business, so I'm going to go ahead and answer it because some of you may want to know. She asks, what's the cost to be a part of Vibe if you're already a TSA under iBoomerang? Nothing. You already get Vibe. That's why I was stating is if some of you are on here and you're not with the company yet and you're interested in Vibe, I highly recommend joining me on this webinar in 30 minutes so you can have an understanding of the entire company, and then you can choose whether you want to go with the whole Boomerang or just do Vibe. But the fact that you're already with iBoomerang, you get Vibe already. So you don't have to pay anything extra to be able to build a team of drivers because you're already with the company. Anything the company offers, you're automatically going to get it because you're with iBoomerang. Great question. I did cover that, but I'll go ahead and repeat that. Someone asked if I'm going to cover the rider piece of it. Yes, so I stated that earlier. You can earn 3% of your driver's income, and you can also earn 3% of riders. So let's say you're somebody that has a business and you got a large customer base and you have all of your customers put the rider app on their phone. Every time they order a Vibe ride, you earn 3%. So you can earn on the customer side and you can earn on the rider side. Because everybody's not going to want to be a driver. So guess what? You just get a whole bunch of customers and riders, and you still earn that 3% no matter whose car they're in. So that's huge. So it's 3 ways to get paid. You simply drive. You can build a fleet of drivers, and you earn when they drive, and you'll also earn when your customers ride.
When I look at iBoomerang and how big the opportunity is, I compare it to the giants in business, not the giants in network marketing. I've watched Uber, I've watched Amazon, I've watched Airbnb, and I've watched them take an unlimited approach to encompassing the entire world and be able to have the entire world participate in their mission. And iBoomerang is no different. You know, travel is something that's huge. It's $8.7 trillion every year, and that's only one component of what we'll be able to do.